Namaskaram. Mahabharatam. We are at the beginning of Gadayuddham. There is a separate sub-Parvam called Gadayuddha Parvam. That is the mace fight which is about to start. Mahabharata is always, after the war started, even before that, every event, it gives us anxiety. What will happen? It is going to be dangerous. It gives us that feeling. When Yudhishthira went to provoke Duryodhana out of the hiding pond, there itself it started. What will happen? Will Duryodhana accept? If he accepts, what happens? And Yudhishthira made it worse by giving an open offer to Duryodhana. Choose any of us, and if you win, then we are all slaves to you. You have won the war. Look, 18 days of hard-fought victory in which they tried all tricks under the, tricks of the trade. Krishna had to use his cleverness, his wisdom at every instance, and when the war was won, Yudhishthira offers to Duryodhana an open offer. Fight, choose any of us. If you win, we are at your mercy. Krishna was quite very angry with this. He told Yudhishthira, you have made a mistake equal to what you committed at the time of the game of dice. You accepted Shakuni as your opponent, who was much superior to you. You were a weak player, and Shakuni was the best in the trade. Anyway, that is what Yudhishthira did. Luckily, Bhimasena came forward. He said, brother, don't worry. I shall offer myself to face Duryodhana and make sure that I shall win. I shall kill Duryodhana. It is a promise I have made, and this is the time for me to redeem my promise. And so that cooled the situation a little bit. Balabhadra, Krishna's elder brother, had declared at the time of war that I can't stand this war at all. The war between cousins. The Pandavas on one side, who are his relations, and Duryodhana on the other side, who is his disciple, his pet. So he didn't want to stand it. But he came back right at this moment when the Gadayuddham was declared. Balabhadra was pleased. He said, oh, this will be a good fight. I want to watch it, because Duryodhana is skillful and Bhima is a good fighter. He's strong and he's a good fighter. So it will be a battle worth watching. But before the battle started, not actually, at least as the Mahabharata story was narrated by Vaishampayana to Janamejaya. Janamejaya was the son of Parikshit, who had inherited the kingdom, and Vaishampayana is Vedavyasa's son and main disciple. So, Janamejaya asked at that time, before we go further, let me know about Balabhadra's pilgrimage. What are all the places he visited, and what is the importance of those places? Then Vaishampayana went into that. He said Balabhadra first went to Prabhasa Tirtham. Prabhasa is a pilgrimage center said to be on the shores of river Saraswati and very close to Dwaraka, which was the center of the Yadavas. And it is supposed to be a holy place, that it is so holy that many miracles had happened there. And when asked when asked, Janamejaya said that Prabhasa is the place where Somadeva, that is the moon, as we know, got redemption from a curse by Daksha Prajapati. Daksha had married off 27 of his 100 daughters to the moon, and apparently initially he must have entertained all his wives, but soon he developed a liking to Rohini. These 27 wives are the 27 stars, which are clusters of stars. The 27 stars in the almanac, starting from Ashwati, Bharani, Kartika, and so on, and Rohini. And Rohini was the favorite of the moon. That was the time, initial days of creation. Daksha Prajapati was the son of Brahma and was one of the Prajapatis who did the creation in the beginning. And because the moon became so attached to Rohini that he refused to attend to his other wives. So soon, when the Daksha's other 26 daughters found out that they were not cared of by their husband, they came to Daksha saying, Father, let us live with you, look after you. And Daksha asked, why? Aren't your husbands looking after you? Then they said, no, Father, he is always with Rohini. That Daksha wasn't pleased. He called Moon, the son-in-law, saying, so look, what you are doing is unfair. It's adharma. Make sure that you entertain all your 27 wives equally. The moon agreed and went back, but continued as before. And Daksha's daughters had gone back with the hope that they will get attention from moon, then onwards. But when it was as before, they again came back to the father. They didn't complain initially. They simply said, we want to live with you. And when asked, then only the truth came. And the second time also, they said, no father, there is no change in his behavior, so we would rather live with you. What's the point? And Daksha again called Moon and warned him, look, this is wrong. I warn you. Make sure you entertain all your wives equally. And with the hope, the 26 daughters went back. And soon, the third time also, they came to Daksha Prajapati. And Daksha Prajapati warned the moon a third time, and when that didn't make a difference, he cursed him that may tuberculosis, maybe you be infected with tuberculosis, and you will perish by your body getting disintegrated day by day. And that scared the moon. And he asked for forgiveness. He promised that he will abide by the dharma from then onwards. And he said, please give me relief, Shapa Moksham. Then Daksha was cooled down a little bit. He said, yes, okay, I'll give you Shapa Moksham. You go to Prabhasa Tirtham and take a dip in the river there, and slowly you will get back to your original form. But you will continue to wax, that is, you will continue to grow in luster, you will continue increase your shine little by little bit, which is a sign of your recovering your body, and you will become to your former full glory on the full moon day, and then you will start losing your shine little bit every day, and again on the 14th or 15th day you will become completely without any luster, without any shine. That is a new moon day. And this cycle will continue. And it is from that day that the moon started waxing and waning. It's a very nice story as I see it. Not only that it gives a historic background to the natural phenomenon of the waxing and waning moon. It also gives, give a background to the moon passing over the 27 clusters of stars, which are known as the stars in almanac, and completing one round around the moon this way. And of course, it says why Prabhasa Tirtham is such a holy place where the moon got back its relief from its curse. There are so many, nice points about this story. The tendency of men who have married more than one wife to have favorites, as in the Dhruvacharitam in Mahabharatam, where Dhruva's father Uttanapada, between his two wives Suniti and Suruchi, he liked Suruchi better and ignored Suniti completely. And that was the reason why Dhruva went to the forest and meditated. Vishnu blessed him, and the whole story. That has been there all along. Like there are so many aspects to this story. That's why I like it very much. And that is the importance of this Prabhasa Tirtham, where Balarama started his pilgrimage. And I should have said earlier that Balabhadra made elaborate arrangements for his pilgrimage. He collected people who wanted to go with him, like a large group of Brahmins. Balabhadra's friends and relations, and all the goods they are likely to need in the coming months. Because those days, it's not that you will find grocery shops every nook and corner or hotels at every step. So they carried the provisions they require and cooks to cook them, and load animals like camels, bulls, donkeys to pull them, and carts to accommodate, to house these things. And there were, of course, chariots for the nobility to travel, elephants and horses for others, and lots of cows for gifts to Brahmins. We have said many times in the past that the royalty made liberal gifts to Brahmins on special occasions and at special places. The Pandavas also made that. Whenever they reached a pilgrimage site, they gave gifts to Brahmins. So, with this preparation, Balabhadra started, and he came back right at the time of the Gadayuddham. Our time is up. We shall continue next day. Namaskaram.